You can find these vague questions everywhere in outer space. It's very hard to discover these free-floating planets among the silent stars. But what if some advanced civilizations used them as spacecraft and organized travel to sweaty planets all over the galaxy? There are indeed many floating planets to choose from. By the end of the 20s, astronomers searched for a group of young stars in the Scorpius constellation, located 420 light-years from our planet. They found not less than their glory, or 170 rogue planets out there. They don't orbit any stars and wander with purpose around the galaxy, appearing like a map of the neighborhood you live in. Shows how many taxis are there, and if we expand it to take a look at the entire galaxy, we should expect to see more than 50 billion planets in their surface. The main issue is that this interstellar carrier hides from the bright light coming from the parent star. Rogue planets are very dark, and it's easy to mistake them for a smudge on the telescope lens. For this reason, astronomers cannot be certain about the number of objects found in that constellation. Maybe 70, maybe 170. But what we need is not just a random sweaty plant. We need the person who will fly across our solar system. According to rough estimates published in a recent study, these taxis may appear once about every 10,000 years. The narrow timeline, not known, may reveal the next space journey within 100 or 1,000 years. With equal likelihood, what if we were lucky in discovering this planet, which, through some wonderful coincidence, will fly across the solar system in the next 100 years? The rest is easy. We will ascend to the top of the Centauri in the blink of an eye, please. You wish it too. It's easy to ride a rogue planet only in the scientific papers they write with great enthusiasm. Remember, unlike drivers on our planet, the space cabins won't waste a single second waiting for you. The planet of crossing will surpass the solar system in just 3 or 4 years. It seems like your taxi will cover you. Within 3 or 4 seconds after your arrival, if you're not awake to seize the opportunity, you will lose. Then wait another 10,000 years. At this stage of technological progress, this means we need a fleet of space vessels consisting of high-speed machines and a brush, able to transport passengers and their luggage quickly enough for intergalactic travel. But wait a moment. From what I can gather, the main idea behind all this travel was to communicate with a rogue planet regarding the use of good old spaceships. It turns out we could never make it without them, isn't it? However, the study's author can't speak on it. Instead, it offers an alternate option to use a dwarf planet like Sedna-Kamakuk that can easily transport us from planets in our solar system to the light that the rogue planet will fly with, like the airport's express train. And despite ensuring everything is going as planned, because we need to equip our ship with powerful jet engines, you will observe it from your planet. But let us board our shuttle, and if we can make it work with a dwarf planet, then why not? We're waiting for the rogue planet to take us deeper into space, an astronomical body like our Lord uninhabitable. We will not make it through this long journey, but will the rogue planet itself allow us, surviving in the present moment we are?
We don't know 2 things that have the biggest harmful impact on astronaut health during long space missions: gravity and radiation loss. If we take any rogue planet the size of Earth, in the absence of a magnetic field, like on Mars, we will refer to a magnetic field, building a shelter under a layer of gravel to protect passengers from radiation, precisely under a layer of ice. Because it's a small malevolent planet, they will resemble it. From Star Wars more than Mars, but most likely, our space capsule won't have any surface at all. All the free worlds we've already discovered, about gas giants much heavier than Jupiter, or much heavier than it. Planets usually have strong magnetic fields that protect them from cosmic radiation. Passengers, however, will need protection In a space station, that environment, in other words, in the absence of gravity, once again, let's go. The matter is no longer funny. We will need to install engines on the station to make it constantly rotate and create artificial gravity. Both the solid planet and the gas giant are unsuitable for crop cultivation, and our solar panels are greatly beneficial far away from the stars. We will have no choice but to use our nuclear thermal probes that will power people and light for plants growing in many greenhouses. Wait. It seems we've just built an ordinary spacecraft for interstellar travel, and perhaps it's time to let go of all those special things. But by moving on planet Earth, focusing on this type is very common, but very effective as a means of transportation. The space shuttle owner has one last bargaining chip. Unlike spaceships, the informed planets are aligned with the project. Incredibly fast and without any engines, meetings took place in Wigia. Several years to accelerate. Even then, it could not zero faster than 13.5 kilometers per second when it comes to a typical rogue planet. That's Spider-Man's daughter for you, hovering above 70 kilometers per second. Now this is what I call a trend, and even if we find a way to speed up our spacecraft, with all the equipment to the standard speed of the small Parker Solar Probe, the recently discovered rogue planet that travels at an incredible speed of 160 kilometers per second. Like the Intergalactic Express, accelerating to 200 kilometers per second, it will take about 6,500 years to reach the nearest stars in this system. Means entire generations of passengers who dared to make this interplanetary journey, they will die on the way and never see the destination. Moreover, arrival can be delayed even more, because any sweaty planet will surpass our solar system in a completely random direction. So even if you're lucky enough to discover it in time, we need to reach it before it disappears from view. Establish a permanent colony in orbit quickly. Your reward will be a 1 in a million chance for eons to an unknown place. And if you're secretly planning on welding 2 turbine engines to become the sweatiest planet, and you will be able to direct it yourself, it seems you don't need any evil planets at all.